Hey friends! I wanted to show you the amazingness that is ShadowSense. ShadowSense is a cream to powder eyeshadow that has so many uses. I've already done one side of my face, and now I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this side with ShadowSense. These are the colors that I have on my face. And there are so many multiple uses for these colors, it's going to completely blow your mind. This is the color Rustic Brown. It's a very cool tone brown. Now my bronzer, you can see, comes about right to the corner of my eye. The contour we're going to take just a little halfway, okay? So still right underneath, and I'm only going to do 2 little dots like that because the ShadowSense is extremely pigmented. Using a flat top angled kabuki brush. I'm going to use that tip just to pat it in to the skin. And you can see I don't come all the way in, and then I take it up. I like to add a little tiny bit of contour up on my forehead. Start with a little because you can always add more. Just keep it right up to the hairline. I'm gonna hide that COVID double chin going. And then I draw that up, and I like to use that angle carving out my jawline. And then the beauty is in the blend. And this is all cream to powder eyeshadow. I take a tiny little bit underneath the lip. If you want to powder your lip, a tiny dot on the side of my nose. Take that tip again. And that's all done with the ShadowSense. Isn't that amazing? For the base of my eye, I want to use Sandstone Pearl, and I'm going to lighten it a little bit with the Snow, just so we can get a really light base shade to build the color on top of, and keeps the look very soft and light and natural. Very light hand, very short strokes is kind of the key to the Brow Sense, and know that it's going to take a little bit longer than like using ShadowSense, which you could use ShadowSense. It does make more of a bold brow. Moving to the eyes, okay, so I'm going to use Mocha Java ShadowSense, and I'm going to put this in my crease area. I'm just taking it right off the wand, so right above my crease, lift and circle. And we can kind of windshield wiper. I am not pressing very hard, and I want to mainly focus on blending inward. And I'm going to take just a little bit underneath, just so they kind of, the top and the bottom blend together. I love to take a clean blending brush and just go over and blend out, like diffuse that edge. And it just gives like a very natural shading, it diffuses the pigment, makes it look like it's just kind of part of your skin. You do have about 2 to 3 minutes or so to kind of play with ShadowSense before it sets in place, and then it is completely smudge proof, crease proof, budge proof, waterproof. It's gonna stay there. I'm gonna go back to that Rustic Brown to do the outer corner, and I go a little bit higher than the crease, and I'm gonna make like a 7 in that outer corner. A little bit goes a long way, so start with a little. You can always add more, and blend that up into that transition, and it'll just soften that edge. And don't worry if you get a little bit lower than the line here. I'm going to show you how you can clean that up at the end. But now I'm taking the Sandstone Pearl Glitter. This one is really pretty and fun, and I just take it right off the wand and tap it into the inner corner. And then you want to take a flat, like, packing brush, and with the shimmers and the glitters, just tap it on. And then I'm going to pat it in the inner corner to open up and brighten the eye. And I'm going to tap a little bit underneath the brow. And tap, 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 tap. That's going to give you the best color payout with the shimmers. And then you can let it dry down, and you can always add another layer. And it's really popping because we had that base color underneath that was really light and bright to build on top of. And these make fabulous base colors for your powder shadows as well. It will help the color of your powder shadow to really pop. It's also going to help it to not crease as much and hopefully help it to last just a little bit longer. So even if you just want to pick up like a color that's close to your skin tone, so it's going to even it all out and create a really nice primer base for all of your powder palettes, this is a great option for an eyeshadow primer. I'm going to switch now to the Mulberry ShadowSense, and this is a really great color to use as blush. Start higher up on the cheekbone, right above where you did that bronzer contour, and bring it down. Back to the Sandstone Pearl Glitter. I'm getting another fluffy brush, and I'm going to use it as my highlighter. Isn't that super pretty? You can take it on your finger, and I tapped it on the end of my nose, Cupid's bow, and on the inner corner. So that was ShadowSense that you can use it in your brows. You can also use it as eyeliner on like a little angled brush or a pencil brush. You can also use it on your lips. You do want to layer the ShadowSense in between lip sense colors to help it to last a little bit longer on your lips and to have a really nice pretty lip color finish. But you can use it on your lips, you can use it in your brows. We used it as blush, we used it as contour. You can also use a lighter shade like the Mocha Java would make a really pretty bronzer, and obviously for eyeshadow. And I used it as color corrector and concealer. So many different options. Speaking of concealer, we're gonna take the Snow, and I'm going to use it as a highlight underneath the eye with a little bit of the Sandstone Pearl. And this is also where I can go in and clean up that outer corner. And I just create this V shape. To help conceal any darkness. It's going to lighten and brighten underneath the eyes. And then if I take a wider paddle brush and I just get it on the end, and from the corner of my eye, pull that up to create that really nice crisp line there, and then blend the edges back down into your concealer. And you can also do the same thing if you need to clean up around your brows to carve them out, create that line, and blend away. We just used it as a highlighter. Eyeliners, ShadowSense has quite a lot of eyeliner options with both a liquid, you can do ShadowSense, as well as the pencil is smudge proof, waterproof. All of these things are smudge proof, waterproof. And the eyeliner pencils, you have a little bit more time to kind of play with them. So they're really fun because you can do like a really smudgy, smoky eye look. For this look, I am actually just doing a tight line. And you can see when I blink, it did not transfer to that waterline. It's going to stay there. It's waterproof. It has a carnauba wax in it, so it's not going to melt when I go out in the heat of the summer. It's not going to melt off my face, and it's going to stay there the entire time. There's a few options when it comes to mascara. The Undersense Lash Primer is a primer that you put on. It conditions the lashes. It has the Capixyl in it. It's going to help your lashes grow fuller and thicker over time. The Capixyl is in the mascara as well and in the lash serum, and it's going to help your lashes grow 46% in 4 weeks with consistent use. Then the blue tube is the waterproof formula, and the gold tube is the non-waterproof formula, and they have a different wand on each tube. I do like to warm them up first, so I just put those underneath my leg, and I take the lash primer. It's going to build your lashes up fuller and thicker when you put it on. It creates a tube around each lash to condition the lashes, helps with brittleness and breaking. And you want to kind of take your time and allow the bristles of the brush to connect with the lashes. And a thin layer is all you need. You don't need to bulk this up. It will help the mascara cling to your lashes and apply so nice and even. Okay, and you can totally put it on the bottom lashes. I didn't for this look, but you absolutely can. Let that dry. I layered these two because I just like the effect that it gives. With both of the wands are different for the waterproof and the non-waterproof formula. This one creates a lot of lift and separation with the bigger bristles. The other thing that I love about the Undersense primer and the Lash Sense is it's not like crispy. Like, my lashes are super flexible. It's not flaking. It's a no clump formula, and they're super like soft and flexible. And all of the makeup products are weightless. The foundations, everything is completely weightless. So honestly, if I'm not looking at myself in the mirror, I don't remember that I'm even wearing anything on my face. I forget that I even have makeup on because it just feels like it's your skin. So I'm layering the waterproof first. And then I put that underneath my leg to keep it warm. And layer the non-waterproof. Has a tapered wand. And this wand helps to really bulk up the lashes. So I like using them both together because I feel like you just get like the optimal results. Go back in with one last layer of the waterproof to act similar to a lash comb. Get that separation. That is how you would use ShadowSense to do practically your entire face, and you can build it up and stop at any step to create and customize your own look. Let me move this back over here in front of my light so you can see. Mostly done with ShadowSense, you guys. ShadowSense is so fantastic. It's amazing. Be sure to let me know that you were here so that I can say hi, and thank you for joining me.